Hey guys, Rob here and welcome back to Rob's Model Cars. Well, I've got another brand new model review to show you guys today, and it is another high-end model. I've done a few budget reviews lately, but we're back onto the high-end models. And before I get into it and show you, I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. Now, I ordered this model around 10 months ago, and it was only supposed to be around a 3-month wait as nearly all of the other production models were finished and sold to customers. So there was a couple more pieces to be made, and I ordered one of those as I was told it was still available. Well, let's fast forward to just receiving this model last week. I'm lucky that I can actually do this review for you guys because I was at work and I got home and this model was just left sitting at my front door. Now, I'm not going to name who I bought the model from, but I was charged a whopping $95 US for delivery of this model, and I would have at least thought that they would have absolutely requested a signature on delivery so that the model wouldn't be left at the front door. But alas, the model was left at the front door. Now, today's model cost a whopping $820 US. Now, I would have been very, you know what I'm going to say, but I won't, very, very angry if this model went missing for the lack of a signature on delivery with a $95 US delivery fee from Asia to me. So really not very happy at all with the seller of this model to me, and this will probably be the last time I order a model from them. But anyway, all of that aside, the model did arrive safely, which is the main thing, and I'm going to show you today what it is. So as you can see by the video title, this is the brand new Davis and Giovanni Mansory 812 Stallone. Now, I do have the 812 Novitec version. The Mansory version is way more extreme than the Novitec version. I did really want this model 10 months ago when I ordered it. Not sure, as my priorities have changed a little bit with my collection, but I'll give you guys a update video on that reasonably soon. There's some big changes happening with me as a collector, but I still have a ton of models that I pre-ordered, some even 2 years ago, that are not here yet. So there are going to be plenty more model reviews, but there is some big news and big changes. Those of you that follow me on Instagram already know what I'm talking about, but I will wait a little bit longer to reveal those plans on YouTube. Okay, let's get into this review. So we've reviewed Davis and Giovanni models before. They just come in these plain black cardboard boxes. As I say, they are the highest premium brand that you can buy. Are they worth it? Some of them to me are, some of them not so much. But this one, it's an exquisite model. So this is the brand new Mansory 812 Stallone. Now, this is packed full of forged carbon fiber work. The paint work is absolutely amazing, and it's got some really nice details on it as well. So these do come with a plexiglass display case as standard. A lot of the Davis and Giovanni models retail for around the $700 to $720 US mark, and then they go up from there. So some of the exclusives from certain stores are a lot more expensive than that, and obviously these are super limited. This one is only limited to 10 pieces in this Rosso Corsa red, so really hard to get a hold of one of these. This one may go up for sale, I'm not quite sure yet, but I want to show you guys today anyway. So as always, we'll put it on the turntable and we'll go through all the details on this brand new Davis and Giovanni Mansory 812 Stallone. Okay, so here we have this stunning model by Davis and Giovanni. Not everyone's taste these Mansory cars, but I have to say that despite the Mansory aggressiveness, the actual quality of the model is absolutely superb. Now, before we get into all the details, for those that want to see more and more details up close, stay tuned for the next video, which will be a closer look of this model. So Okay, let's start with the base. So it comes on this white leatherette base with the red stitching. It does have a nice name plaque on the front, Mansory 812 Stallone. And as you can see, this is number 8 of only 10. So quite a rare model. Now they do have a felt bottom on here. You can actually feel where the screw holes are. Put a little cut in there and remove the screws and the model from the base if you like. But for me, these models are so expensive, I don't want to risk breaking anything on there by removing them. So I leave them securely mounted to these bases, and I think the presentation of the model is better when it's sitting on these white leather bases. Okay, so what I said previously about the paint finish on these models, they are absolutely flawless. They do a full gloss coating over all of the carbon fiber decals, or any decals for that matter, on any of their models. They are all clear coated over the decals to give you that seamless full glossy finish all over the model, as you can see here. So superb gloss work. No defects or any imperfections that I can see anywhere on this model, and we'll get to the forged carbon shortly. Now let's start with the details. Obviously these models are high-end models, so they do have all photo etched mesh in the openings. As you can see, the silver radiator metal pieces in behind. It's also got the parking sensors in that front bumper bar section as well. Now everything that you see that is black on here, well, it is forged carbon, and that includes these front splitter pieces with these upstands either side. Any of those other little details or surrounds in there are all in the forged carbon fiber as well, as you can see. And you've got some reverse vents on the side of the rear bumper bar here, and they have little mesh pieces in there also. Now we do have the Mansory hood emblem that has replaced the Ferrari emblem on the nose of the model. We do have some venting in the hood here, and that does have some real mesh metal pieces in there also. Headlight detail, I'd have to say on this model is average. It's not super detailed. You have a little squarish headlight lens in there. The plastics are reasonably clear on this one, but this one is actually a little bit loose. I'm not sure whether you can see that. It does move up and down, so really not acceptable for an $820 US model. So this one is the same. It's a little bit loose on this side as well, so not sure whether they rushed the production of this particular model for me, but that's a little bit disappointing that they're not glued in properly. Now let's look at the forged carbon, because this is actually an exquisite detail. So this is the Mansory forged carbon, and in certain lights, I'm not sure whether the camera will pick it up, but there are little red flecks in this forged carbon as well, as you can see. And that is really impressive. As I say, all the clear coat on the paintwork goes all over the decal work as well. So they're all underneath the decals. No fear of any peeling or lifting decals in the future. And also note the rear exiting vents here on the hood. These have open pieces of mesh in there also. Now if we move around to the side here, we have all these louvers in here. These are all in the forged carbon as well, and you can see the little Mansory shields as well that replace the scooter rear shields, so that's really nice. You do have the turn signal in the side of the body here, and as you can see, the whole side skirt is in forged carbon as well. Now the side mirrors again are in forged carbon, full gloss, and they do use nice reflective materials in behind. We'll just go back to the front window for a minute. They do have metal photo etched windscreen wipers in here, which are quite nicely detailed. And of course, the plastics that they use for all the windows are super clear and distortion free, as you can see. So that gives you a good view. Now this is a sealed resin model, and being that this is a front engine car, obviously there is zero engine detail. Now this brings up a point for me about these sealed resin models, that if you buy a mid-engine Ferrari model or a Lamborghini, you have all that engine detail that you can see in the back of the car, which obviously cost the manufacturer more to make because there's more details, there's more painting, there's more decal work, there's more assembly time. On a model that is front engine that has zero engine detail, I really don't believe that these models should be the same price as a higher detailed model that shows the engine. Now, I've mentioned this before on my channel, and I firmly believe that there is definitely, even though this particular model has a lot of nice details on it, it still has zero engine details. So I just don't understand why these models are priced the way they are. Anyway, we'll keep moving on through the review. So nice detail on the little door handles here. We do have some air intakes coming in here with some mesh in there, and there's also some rear facing vents as well, also with pieces of mesh in there. No complaints with the detail in there with all the carbon fiber and the mesh work. And as you can see, this absolutely jumbo rear wing. Now that's all finished in the forged carbon also. And you do have the nice decals on the sides, Stallone, and you have the tricolore stripe in there as well. So it's actually got two planes, this rear wing. There's an upper section here and the main section kinks down, and you've got these splayed wing legs which look pretty good. Again, all in forged carbon. Now on the sides of the Mansory rear bumper, we've got these louvers here as well. These are all in the forged carbon. And if we move around to the back of the model, lots and lots of detail here also. Obviously the forged carbon right through the tail light panel. Nice job on the tail lights. They are slightly tinted. And obviously the fins underneath and the whole rear diffuser section is all in the forged carbon fiber as well, as you can see with the upturned blades on the side here, all forged carbon, and you've got the black exhaust tips poking out through there as well. Got the color-coded little aero flaps here in the body color of Rosso Corsa, and we do have the little rain light in the center as well. So really pretty nice details on the back of this model. Kind of makes up for a couple of little other areas of the model that were a little bit of a letdown. As I said, pricing of these models with no engine detail and some loose headlight covers, not ideal for this price point. Rear window is clear. It does have all the demister heater lines in there, and you do have the little Ferrari emblem on the back window as well. So yeah, overall I think the details on this Mansory model are pretty good. Now let's jump back onto the wheels, because one thing Davis and Giovanni do really well is the wheels. So check out those front rims in gloss black. They do have the red stripe around the wheel also. Ferrari center caps in the wheels, and they've done a really great job on the brake rotors and the brake calipers as well. Big yellow calipers in here to really contrast against the red paintwork. I really like that. Tyre detail is pretty normal, no writing on the sidewalls, and the stance is really good with this model. So obviously there is a larger diameter wheel in the rear compared to the front, and it is slammed down on those wheels, which gives it a really good stance, as you can see. So really happy with the wheel detail on this model, and as I said, all the brake details as well. Now they do go the extra mile with the brake rotors in there, so they do have a two-piece rotor, and they do have little silver studs around the outside. You can probably see that in there, but you will see that in the next video, a closer look. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the exterior of this model. So as I said, paintwork is really superb on the model, absolutely no faults with that at all. The forged carbon fiber work is exceptionally well done, probably the best I've seen for forged carbon, all under the clear coat, and really nice wheel detail. So that pretty much just leaves us with the interior detail. So it's a combination of red and black with some yellow pinstriping. We'll look at the dashboard first, because you can see that through the front window. So it's mainly black. There is some more carbon, forged carbon fiber details in there, and you do have a bit of yellow pinstriping on that dashboard as well. Now that continues through the door trims and the seats. The door trims are predominantly red with some forged carbon details on the door trims, and the yellow pinstripe continues through the door trims as well. Hopefully you can see that, but the next video, a closer look, will highlight that. Now the seats are all red also, with a little bit of detail in black, and they are also outlined in a yellow pinstripe also. So looks quite good there. The detail in the center console is really quite good as well, with your little switches and buttons, more forged carbon fiber in the interior as well. And it does have the yellow pinstriping around the black Mansory floor mats as well. So yeah, not sure how much you're going to see of this in this particular video. Nice job on the steering wheel. Again, more forged carbon fiber on the top of the steering wheel, and a little bit of red coloration on the sides of the wheel also. The center console actually has a red top which runs all the way through to the back of the model, and the back of the model is all, the cargo area is all in black, but it does have some simulated folded yellow straps to hold the luggage in there, which is really quite nice as well. Headliner in the model is just black. So the details are really quite good on the interior of these models. Yes, it is a sealed model. It doesn't open. You can't see everything. I get that from a lot of the comments on the channel. But basically, no one else is going to make these models other than resin manufacturers. They're just too obscure and too unique to make a fully opening die-cast version of these models. It just would not be, it would be a loss for most model makers. So the resin model manufacturers can produce these reasonably quick and get those to market. But it is quite a stunning model, I have to say. The quality of it is very, very good, as you'd expect from a Davis and Giovanni model. But again, I question the value of these models that have zero engine detail, but you guys can be the judge of that. Make sure you watch the next video, a closer look, where I really break it down and show you all the details on these models. And as I said, you can make up your own mind what you think about the model. So that's pretty much going to wrap up today's review of this Mansory 812 Stallone made by Davis and Giovanni. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Don't forget to smash that like button. We need that to help this channel to keep growing. Otherwise, I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to do it for. So yeah, make sure you click that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and stay tuned. Definitely more models on the way. I'm a bit slow with the custom models at the moment because I just haven't had time to do any model building, but stay tuned and you won't miss it when they come out. So that's basically going to wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the closer look version video of this model. But until next time, thanks for watching Rob's Model Cars.